I'm Sophie D'Souza and welcome to my channel Sophie's Stained Glass. Lots of architectural glass videos. Enjoy. If you have subscribed to me, I thank you very much, and if this is your first time, welcome. I have just made a series of videos about designing with a program called Affinity Designer, and it's just how I work. It's probably not the best way to design because I've kind of found my way through it, and I've used, to learn the program, I've used the tutorials that Affinity produce, which are really excellent, much better than the video tutorials I found for other programs. So I would suggest having a look at what I do with Affinity, how I find it useful, and then also going and learning the basics, if you can bear to, because I know it's hard, by using the Affinity tutorials that you'll find links to on their website. So the first video tutorial is a very basic drawing by hand using Affinity, and they have a vector mode and a pixel mode, and I'm going to show you the difference between the two. Then there's a design. The next video is a design I draw up using the kind of straight line and squares sort of tools, and how to import things into your design. And then there's another video where I start to colour in a design I did earlier. So I hope that you can find something in them that's useful. Don't forget that there's a settings button on your YouTube where you can either slow down or speed up videos. And I find it quite useful to slow down videos where there's a lot of information to process, like click here, select this, select that. So slow it down, that might help. Likewise, sometimes videos are much better speeded up. So yeah, don't forget that function. Thank you for watching, and please like, comment and subscribe. I thought it would be good to just do a little overview, and these drawings I'm going to show you are based on a commission that I've had, and I'll just talk you through how I approached it. So the client sent me a mandala which was way too complicated. I'm just going to close the layer with my drawing on, and now this mandala I imported into Affinity, and I have turned the opacity down to make it easier to draw over it without getting confused. So there you go, that's the first feature I'll mention. It's the opacity, which can be very useful. So I imported this, and I will have done something like File, Open, and then selected her drawing, which I will probably have done a screenshot of, because she sent me, or I might have just downloaded it. She sent it me in an email. So I opened it in Affinity, and then I opened a new layer, which I will now turn back on, and I drew over it like that. Now her window is not square. So then I opened, or I started a file, started a new page, as it were, more or less the size of her window. She hasn't got finished sizes yet because she's having a frame made. So I took this along to the client, and we talked about it and how she'd like it a little bit more complex, and we talked about the colours she'd like. So I then produced a more complex design like this. Now this has all been done with 2mm lines. You see here, this indicates that this selected line is 2mm, and it shows me that the colour is black. Yes, so sometimes I will draw a 12mm line to make the edge lead, and sometimes I will draw a rectangle, and here you have at the bottom right hand corner a way of determining the dimensions of your rectangle. So this is 11.8mm, let's make it 12mm, and that I know now is 12mm. So that's very useful because I then wanted to produce, this would be my cutting pattern because it has 2mm lines, but of course that's not what it will look like because I'll use 6mm lead. So then I changed all the sizes of these lines to 6mm, and then I saved it with a new name so that I would have both versions. So that is, oh yeah, I started experimenting earlier today with colouring it in. Ignore the colours, that was just random. But you can see that this looks quite different now the lines have been made 6mm. So if you select a line, you can see there it says 2mm. Well, you can change it. I'll just highlight that. You can either change it with a slider bar. That's a bit wrong, isn't it? Or you can just change it with this box here. And there we go. That's now 6mm. I will just edit, undo, edit, undo, and there we go. We get it back to the state it was in before. So it gives you quite a lot of flexibility. Let's go back to the 6mm version and we'll talk about colouring it in. Here is your colour palette, and you get that by going to View, then Studio, and here you can choose colour or brushes or styles or swatches, many things. This is only an introduction, so I won't go into that too deeply. But what you do is you find the shape on the side here that you want to colour in. Let's say rectangle. And now let's do select where. So I can see now it's this rectangle. So I'm going to colour this one in. Let's colour it in red. So I'll just select fill, and I'll tap on the rectangle, and there we go. It's coloured it in red. Now, the reason why this is all coloured in red is because that is one big rectangle. These are just lines drawn across the rectangle. So now we are going to attempt to colour this in a slightly different colour. So if I want to colour this in a different colour, I'm going to have to draw another rectangle and colour it in, because what it will do is fill a shape. It won't half fill a shape. I can select the rectangle and I can, let's just edit and do that. So select, and we're going to do deselect. I'm going to go to rectangle and I'm going to draw a rectangle like this. And then I'm going to colour it in by going to fill, and I'm going to pick a bit of a different shade of red because I don't like everything to be the same shade. So there you go, that's something you can do to colour things in. Tap on another bit of the screen to change that. I don't like these being rectangles actually, so I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to change this to 12mm, and I'm going to draw a line from here to, if I press shift, it will make it completely vertical, and I'm going to just use my side arrow. Woo! It's gone all crooked. I didn't expect that to happen. I'm always learning new things. I'm just gonna get rid of that because that went hideously wrong. Undo modify existing, undo move handles. Yes, so I'm going to press escape. Now I'm going to go into line because there are different ways you can have a line end, and at the moment it's ending with a curve, and I want it to end with a square cap because that's far more appropriate for stained glass. You don't want little curves. There we go. So I think that's better. I'm just going to tap on this, I might just make it a bit bigger so it goes into there. And I'm going to send this layer further back so it ends up behind this vertical line. Now these are the ways you can send things further forward or further back. So if you want something to go behind another thing, this will send it completely to the back, and this will move it one further back. So you keep going until you get it the way you want it, which I think it is now. Yeah, no, maybe not. There we go. Ah, now it's behind that, so let's bring it forward. And let's bring that forward. There we go. So you have to mess about a bit until you find the right way you want it. So let's colour in this square here. So I'm going over to everything you draw, every action you do appears over here so that you can isolate a particular element in your drawing. So I've selected that. Now I'm going to get up the colour again. So when all else fails, go to Help. And right, View, Studio, Colour. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to make that one blue. Now I'm going to go back to Layer, and I'm going to go to this rectangle, and you can see that it's highlighted there. I'm going to go back to Colour. I'm going to make it a slightly different shade of blue. I might go back to that original one, so go to Layer, go to this one, and go back to Colour. I'm just going to make it slightly darker. There we go. Go back to Layer. So you can start filling them in. Colour. Yeah. So that's how you start filling them in. Oh, you see this one, this sneaky one, changed to 12mm. I must have had it highlighted by mistake. So let's just go back to 6mm. There we go. So you can see how you can build up the colour. So I hope you found that useful. That's just one of the things I do with Affinity, which is produce a line drawing and then colour it in different colours, or colour it in, save it as maybe design 1 colour, change all the colours, save it as design 2 colour, and then I can send the client lots of different colourways for their design without endlessly having to redraw or colouring in by hand. So thanks for watching, hope it was useful, and please like, comment and subscribe.